Hey, it's Crimson. If you enjoy these plays, please hit that like button. That way we know. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with all your friends.
When you sleep, you enter into another world. Beyond that world lies the doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host through the doorway to nightmare. Halloween. The very word conjures up images of ghosts, pumpkins, witches, and of course, a haunted house. To visit a haunted house, one that has been created by someone, can be fun and exciting. But what if you lived in a house that had its own resident ghost?
It's just another ghost, Fred. What can you possibly be afraid of?
It's not the ghost. It's who it is.
Fred, how bad could it be?
Oh, you two have been so nice to me, and I don't want to cause any trouble.
What kind of trouble?
I just know that she is going to find me.
Who?
My wife.
Our mystery drama, Haunting Gets Haunted, was suggested from a story and edited by Crimson McKenzie and written especially for Doorway to Nightmare by Winslow Swan. Our stars, Crimson McKenzie, William Stafford, Raymond Gibson, and Annie Mick. It is sponsored in part by Swanage Press. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. Stan and Dorothy Peters live in a haunted house. Oh, it's not the kind that you would think would be haunted by some evil spirit. Their house is now the residence of Frederick Washington Davis, a rather timid and absent-minded spirit.
The house looks great, Stan.
I sure hope so. Think we have enough skeletons?
Oh, Stan, this is going to be the best Halloween ever. We have the biggest cauldron full of candy and all the good candy. Not those little suckers or things with caramel. We have the coolest decorations. I mean, not that I'm bragging, but maybe I am. And everyone in the neighborhood knows to come here.
And only 2 weeks away. I'm surprised you didn't print up flyers.
That reminds me. I have to call the printers and see if the posters are ready.
Don't tell me you didn't.
Of course not, silly. Just a full-page ad in the newspaper.
Oh, Lord.
I'm kidding again. Gosh. You know how much I love Halloween? The only thing better is taking a 2-week holiday, which I am already in the process of planning.
We also have something else that no one else has.
Where's Fred, anyway?
I don't know. Fred?
I'm here. Wow, Mrs. Peters, the house looks great.
Why, thank you, Fred. You know it's your first Halloween here. I hope that you're ready.
Oh, I've been practicing very hard. Here, let me show you.
Wait a minute. Which one are you going to try?
Does it make a difference?
Yes, it does. Last time he did the dog howl, 25 dogs showed up at the back door.
But they were so cute.
How about rattling chains?
What about them?
Our neighbors thought we were having an adult party with whips and chains. Mr. Harlow doesn't even look at me the same way anymore.
How about the creaking door? That's not too bad, is it?
Go ahead.
Okay, 1 second.
What the hell was that?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Peters. That was a banshee scream.
Fred, I warned you. Yes, Mrs. Williams. No, it wasn't what you think it is. Yes, Dorothy's fine. Well, it is Halloween. Okay, Mrs. Williams. Yes, we will. Yes, you have a good night as well.
Everything okay?
Define okay.
What happened?
Mrs. Williams from across the street said that she fell off her sofa when she heard Fred here. She called to ask if you were okay.
I wonder if she would do a videotape and a replay for us.
It's not funny, Dot.
Oh, Stan, lighten up. Now, are you going to go and look for some new cars for me?
Oh, could I come with you?
I thought you were supposed to stay in your residence.
As long as I'm with one of you, I can go anywhere.
Next time Dorothy goes somewhere, you can go.
Well, I'm going somewhere, all right, but I'm going to draw a hot bath with some bubblies, a few candles, and a nice glass of wine.
Fred, get in the car.
Stan, where are we going?
To the car lot. Dorothy's going to need a car, and I told her that I would look around for something nice for her.
No, I mean, why are you going down this street?
It's just a shortcut, Fred. What's the matter?
Well, I think...
Frederick Washington Davis.
What the heck was that?
I think that was my wife.
Okay. We can look at cars tomorrow. Let's just get off this road and get back home.
Stan looks at Fred, who shivers violently. Could a ghost be scared of another ghost? We will find out when I return with Act 2. Frederick Washington Davis became the resident ghost of Stan and Dorothy Peters some time ago. He has been dead for quite some time, but has settled in nicely, until Stan passes a house and Fred becomes afraid.
Fred, what are you afraid of?
Well, you remember that I told you that my wife killed me because I was seeing her sister and...
Let's not get into that.
Well, I never thought that we would ever pass the house where...
Where what?
Well, she is haunting that house. And will I...
You are what, Fred?
Are you home already?
Yes, honey.
What? Why are you back so early?
Well, it seems that Fred has not told us everything about this ghost business.
Fred, are you here?
I'm here.
Well, then materialize already.
I'm scared to.
Stan, what is he talking about?
Frederick Washington Davis.
That's why.
Stan? What was that?
That would be Mrs. Davis.
What is she doing here?
I know you are here. Come out and face me.
Quiet! Now, will you please tell me who exactly you are?
I am your worst nightmare. I am your monster that lurks in the closet. I am the one who can rain down hell and not bat an eye. I am Fred's wife.
That's no reason to come in here and...
Are you the little trollop that Fred's been pining over?
I beg your pardon.
Frederick! Get out here this minute!
Yes, dear?
So this is the new woman in your life.
Now, wait just a minute.
And who is this so-called man?
How would you like a swift kick in the...
Stan!
She has no business talking to us like that.
Frederick, explain yourself.
Well, you see, dear, I was...
Trying to get away from me again.
Fred, what is she talking about?
Well, do you remember I told you that I was transferred to another house, and you guys took me in, and we were so happy, and I didn't want to leave, and then Stan drove past that house.
We were supposed to leave together. But since Frederick did not include my name on the orders, I was left behind. Again.
What do you mean, again?
This makes the 4th time that he has tried to run away from me.
Do you blame me?
But we were married, and that is not going to happen.
Hang on. I thought you killed him.
Is that what he told you? Frederick, tell them the truth.
But, dear, you did kill me.
I slapped you. You were cheating on me with my own sister, that cow, and I slapped you. I had every right to. Was it my fault that you tripped over the rake that you left in the yard and fell down the well, breaking your neck?
But if you had not have slapped me, I wouldn't have tripped, so therefore...
Enough! Let's go home.
Fred, what does she mean?
Didn't Fred explain? The high office deemed that married couples should stay together forever.
I have always had a special place in my heart for Fred, but now I have much more sympathy for him. I can tell you that Mrs. Davis is a most unagreeable ghost, and one that you would not want to cross or meet in an old, dark house. You meet me back here for Act 3 shortly. Frederick Washington Davis has been found by his deceased wife, Mrs. Davis. Apparently, he has been trying to get away from her for a long time.
Stan, what are we gonna do?
About what?
We can't let Fred go with that shrew!
Keep your voice down. She may be floating about.
Well, I don't care. How could Fred have ever married that woman?
Well, it was spring, and the hollyhocks were growing, and the chickadees were singing.
Aw, Fred, it's so sweet.
After the first night, I was arrested a dozen times for picking up hollyhocks and throwing them at chickadees.
Why didn't you just leave her?
Oh, it was a totally different time way back then. Leaving a woman, no matter how bad she was something that a man didn't do.
Stan, think. We have to do something.
I'm afraid that I don't have a choice.
Stan.
Fred, it's time you stood up to your wife. What are you, a ghost or a mouse?
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Now cut that out. Stan is right. You have to stand up to her.
But you saw her, and that was when she's in a good mood.
Are you ready to go?
Well, dear...
Frederick!
Listen, you. Fred has something important to tell ya.
You stay out of this, you little hussy.
Keep that up and I'm gonna kick you right in the ectoplasm. Besides, I thought it was till death do us part. Don't make me call control and take out an SPO on you.
A spiritual protective order? Oh, Fred, you've been getting along well here, haven't you? But it's time to go. Now.
Well, I guess I'm ready to go.
Now you are talking sense. And when we get home, you have a lot to do.
Yes,
there
dear.
are cobwebs to put up, dust to lay out, footprints to make.
Yes, dear.
If you expect me to do all the haunting, you have another thing coming.
Yes, dear.
Now, let's go. We have a long way to go, and I don't want to be out when the sun comes up.
Oh, yes, dear. Could I just say goodbye?
Well, all right. But make it quick. I'll be outside.
How can you stand her?
Oh, you get used to it. Well, I guess I had better go. It's really been great staying here.
Oh, Fred! I wish I could give you a hug.
I do too, Mrs. Peters.
Maybe you could come over for, a visit.
Oh, yes, Fred. You are more than welcome anytime.
Thank you both. Well, I guess I'd better go.
Oh, Stan! He brought a lot of life into this house.
I know, Dot. I know. I'm going to miss the little bugger, too. He wasn't all that bad to have around.
Oh! I almost want to die. Come back as a ghost and kick that so-called woman right in the...
You and me both. But we have to go on. And when one of us goes, that's not going to be for a long time. We will hunt her down and...
I'm back!
Fred!
What happened?
Well, I tell ya. I looked her right in the eye when she materialized again, and I told her that I loved those two people in there. They took me in, and I owe it to them to stick around.
Oh, Fred, we love you too.
So you ditched her?
Like a shovel. I told her that if she ever comes back here, you would call an exorcist and banish her.
We could have done that?
I don't know. Sounded good.
So you made it up? Oh, Fred, I'm so proud of you.
Well, Halloween is coming, and there is no way I was going to let you down. Now, imagine the little tykes open the door and hear this. Are you prepared to meet your fate? Beware. Beware.
This is gonna be the best Halloween ever!
And it was. Stan and Dorothy never heard from Mrs. Davis again. And Fred? Well, he is still working on his bag of tricks and hopes that by next Halloween, he will be ready. You be ready too when I come back shortly. Living in a haunted house with a ghost like that of Fred, I believe, would be fun. Of course, I'm not sure that I would feel comfortable taking a shower. Our cast included Crimson McKenzie, William Stafford, Raymond Gibson, and Annie Mick. The entire production was under the direction of Winslow Swan. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Mangy thing. Always getting around my feet, trying to trip me up, trying to kill me. That's all right. Here's a little milk for you. Well, come on. Drink it up. You shouldn't be able to smell the arsenic that I added. Well, come on. Drink it. And then I'll finally be rid of you.
Doorway to Nightmare is brought to you in part by Swanage Press. This is your host, inviting you to return with us through the Doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The butler did it.